Right, I'm going to start again. Good evening, everyone. Great to see you. Let's just make sure that you can see me. I can see you, but I don't think you can see me. Here you go. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can see you.
See me and hear me.
I can anyway.
Perfect. Right, well, great to see so many people here. What are our numbers at the moment? Let's see, 52 people. That's amazing. So, and I'm sure there'll be some more people joining as I get going. So, as Andy said, this is the first time we've sort of done anything on quite this scale, where we've had lots of different events and groups going on to invite people in this evening. So I know that there's people here from all over and belong and are connected with different people in our group. So welcome, and wherever you are, I hope you're well and staying safe and not going too crazy with our current situation. In fact, hopefully we're going to just spend a nice uplifting hour or so talking about some amazing things, how we can help and support our bodies, for our families and ourselves, especially at this time where, you know, there's a lot of worry about. So let's just delve right in. Now, I know that some of you on the call know me and some of you don't know me at all. So I'm going to start, for those that don't know me at all, just introducing myself a little bit, just so you know a little bit about me. So my name's Lisa Burke, and my passion and love affair with essential oils goes right back to 1991, so nearly 30 years ago. And I was a young mum, had 2 children at the time, one 6 months old, one 18 months old, and unbeknown to me at the time, another one just around the corner. So I ended up being a mum with 3 children under 3. And at the time I didn't know anything about essential oils, and I had a experience that changed my life forever. My son was a really, really restless baby, and I thought I was going out of my head because I just couldn't get any sleep, and I thought there was something wrong with him because he was like crying on the hour, every hour. And then a friend of mine suggested I tried lavender oil, put it on his feet, put it in his bath, and he went to sleep. And it was like, what just happened? Anyway, I started researching essential oils because it changed my life. You know, I went from thinking that I was, you know, really needed to sort of jump off a cliff because I was just really depressed about the situation, to just being, you know, completely getting my life back through this oil. So I started looking into what just happened and discovered the amazing world of essential oils. So I started buying oils, using them within my family, started to become a bit of the witch of the village. Everyone knew that they could come to me for lotions and potions because news started to spread very fast that, oh, you know, Lisa Galen lived in a small village. I gave somebody something for their, you know, arthritis, and somebody else something for their stomach problems and their IBS. And before you knew it, a business had been created. So we, for the next 17 years, along with my husband, we had our own company in essential oils. So it became a international success. In 1999, there I am being awarded Entrepreneur of the Year for our company. Actually, it was Young Entrepreneur of the Year. You have to be under 35, which I was at the time. So, as you know, essential oils have always been in my life since that time, and have been a great passion of mine. In 2009, we sold our business, and that's a long story that I don't have time to share with you right now. But I came out of the essential oil business, and I'd become really disturbed by the fact that I couldn't find good quality essential oils. We have built our reputation and our company on sourcing and providing the best quality oils that money could buy, and we just couldn't find them anywhere. And then things took another about turn in 2016 when I discovered a brand called doTERRA. Now, doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world, and I couldn't believe when I was sent some of these oils that I didn't know they existed. and I took one smell out of the bottle, and I knew that there was something very special about these oils. It took me right back to my oils, and I knew I had to become part of the company. I worked with the company for a couple of years, actually in a corporate level, but the one thing that I have missed the most in my life actually was having my own business and being my own boss. I'm not great being told what to do, when to do it. And so just sort of over a year ago, I decided that I would take that step and go back and be my own boss, but stay with doTERRA because they're a brilliant brand, the best there is in the market. I wrote a book on essential oils and aromatherapy, which became a bestseller, 350,000 copies. And I tell you all this not because I want to say to you, look at me, you know, I've done all this. I tell you this to hopefully give you some comfort in the credibility that it brings with it when deciding on doTERRA as being your supplier of oils, because, you know, it isn't just something that, you know, I've researched for the last few weeks and decided that it's going to be something that I've used. I've been around this industry a long time. So oils and the process in which oils are obtained and the testing of the oils and the credibility of the oils is really important to me. It's the most important thing to me, because I am able to, with great confidence, stand by doTERRA as my supplier and know that they are the best on the marketplace. They're the best in the world. There is a website called Source to You that is a website that I use every single day. It's amazing. In there, it's got lots of science, lots of research, lots of information about our doctors panel, our science panel, all the infrastructure behind doTERRA and why doTERRA oils can be trusted so much, you will find on this website. So if you're new to this brand of essential oils, please go and search out that website, as well as doTERRA.com as well. That's their own main site where you can see lots and lots more information on the company. So the company is totally committed to quality. The oils get directly to our customer. This is a really important point. The oils from doTERRA get directly to our customers without the risk of adulteration. And if you know anything, if you're on the call tonight and you know anything about essential oils, you will know that it's full of fake. The essential oil industry is full of fakes. It's a bit like the news right now. It's full of fake news, and that's what essential oils is like, unfortunately. And here's the reason. Sadly, it's driven by money. You know, the industry is driven by people wanting to make money. And if you can take an essential oil and you can water it down 50-50 with something that costs next to nothing, you've just doubled your profit. And that's what's going on out there. So again, I was absolutely thrilled that I could partner with doTERRA, because I only would align with something that I was so confident in wasn't doing that. So doTERRA actually goes directly to the farms in the indigenous communities and has exclusive agreements with the farmers, and then buys the oils direct. So there's no in-between person. And this is where adulteration becomes rife, when there's an in-between person, when there's a broker. That's the person that's trying to make more money, and then they sell it to the retailer, and they tell the retailer, you know, honestly, it's pure, it's the best thing. And the retailer sells it believing it's the best thing. But, you know, along the way, a lot of extra money has been made. So by that adulteration process. So we go direct. You actually only need to have 8% of oil in a bottle, pure oil, to call it pure. And our founders, we've made 7 founders, knew this, and they said, okay, what we are going to do, although there's no regulation to say if it says 100% pure on a bottle, it has to be 100% pure, it absolutely does for us to put doTERRA on the label. So they came out with a standard, which is CPTG, that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And they said, we'll regulate ourselves then. So if you see CPTG on the bottle, which you always will, because they won't sell anything unless it's CPTG FMCG standard, you know it's gone through 15 different tests independently in an independent laboratory. And if you go on to Source to You and you put the batch number of your oil in, then you can actually see the tests that have been done on that oil. So if you were looking at another supplier of oils, I often get asked this question: are your oils organic? And the answer is our oils are better than organic. They're better, and if you were ever looking at a different brand, then you need to ask these questions to ensure that they're better than organic, and you'll find that people can't answer them. And these are them. First of all, does the company use high quality plants to produce their essential oils? Are chemicals and pesticides used? Production practices. Does the company have safety procedures in place to guard against contamination during the production process? And are oils adulterated, or are they synthetics that are filled and diluted to cut the costs? Testing methods. What do the company use to test their oils? Is it impartial? Is it third-party testing? And here's the one: can I see the results? You can see doTERRA's results on Source to You. And then storage and handling. How are the oils stored? I wouldn't want to buy an oil that's been in a retail shop under fluorescent lights, because oils need to be properly temperature controlled. So we're in control of all of that. So the dangers of buying from another source are adulteration, and I have seen some terrible adulteration, and I've seen some really good adulteration as well. And what I mean by that, good in that it passes off. It would probably only be able to tell if you put it under a microscope that it wasn't. And then I've found other things that I can just tell with my nose. Easy ways to adulterate and cheap ways is to add turpentines in, white spirits, synthetic fragrances. And, you know, that's potentially dangerous. When you're taking these oils, you're putting them into your body. Do you really want to put white spirit into your body? So that's really important. Put very simply, you wouldn't buy a Skoda and expect it to run like a Ferrari. And that's what you're doing when you're purchasing essential oils through us. You're buying the Ferrari of essential oils. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of confidence before I start going in and telling you about the immune system, because that's really important as well. You know, we're here to listen about the immune system, but it isn't going to help your immune system if you were going to go out, just listen to what I've got to say and then think, oh, I'll go and get an oil, you know, I've seen it cheaper somewhere else and I'm going to go and get that. It's not going to help, because you're going to be putting things into your body that are not pure and are not great quality. So you need, if all you want it is to make the house smell nice, fine, you know, do that. But if you want it to actually do something on your body therapeutically, you need to know that they're 100% pure and top grade therapeutic quality. So our oils come from all around the world. So what doTERRA does is it goes directly to the farmer, all in the indigenous communities, and has third-party agreements with them. What I really love about doTERRA is many of the countries that we support and we have these agreements with are in indigenous third world communities. So before we've even got the oil, I know it's done a huge amount of good for someone before we actually give it to the, you know, before we actually pass it on to a customer, and then we know it's also going to do good. So it does good before the bottle and after the bottle. Some of those countries that we partner with are Haiti, Kenya, Nepal, Somalia, Ethiopia, Madagascar. So some, you know, some great community projects that we do there, and we operate all through fair trade conditions with the farmers and the workers. So essential oils made easy, and essential oils and the immune system, which is what we're really here to talk about, your immune systems tonight, and making sure that you stack your body favourably in a condition that is going to keep you healthy and fit and able to fight anything that might come your way. So how do you use the essential oils? Three main ways. Aromatically, obviously that's smelling. Topically, that's putting it directly onto the body that needs support. And internally. So Aromatic is the olfactory gland that is in, when you inhale the oils, is connected to the brain. It's connected to the middle of the brain, which is where everything computes. So our feelings, our refluxes, our emotions. So using essential oils, either by, you can actually be your own diffuser by putting a drop in your hands, rubbing your hands together, cupping your hands around your nose, inhaling deeply, and you're going to take in this beautiful aroma, and it's actually going to hit the brain. And essential oils actually have the ability to pass through the blood-brain barrier and go directly to your brain and really help at all of those emotions that are going on in your brain. And also things like pain reflex that comes from that area, they can help block out pain. So there's lots of amazing things that you can do. There's lots of recipes that you can use, and there's families of oils that that will help different parts of the emotional system. So you can see there are emotional aromatherapy. Mints typically are very energizing. So when you inhale them, they're going to give you lots of energy and boost your system up. The same with citrus oils. Citrus oils are always uplifting, so I always suggest they're an oil to have on during the daytime to keep you awake and energized, not to use so much in the evening time, although wild orange is a little bit of an exception. You can use that a bit at night time, but all the other citrus ones I'd avoid, especially if you struggle getting yourself to sleep at night. Spices, they're all very renewing. Herbs are very comforting. Trees are very grounding, and florals are very calming. So when you are, if you're not too sure what to choose for a certain condition, then choose something within those family groups. So we also sell diffusers where you can put water in the diffuser and add the oils and create an amazing ambience in your room. Also, when you're diffusing oils, they will work on helping the environment. So maybe if there's any airborne infections in the air, they will help sort of fight those and keep a nice clean air for you. Then we have topical. So this is applying the oils directly to an affected area. This can be done either neat, in most cases, and we have a chart, so all our customers get our chart that shows an A to Z of all our oils and which can be used neat and which ones need to be diluted. If you need to dilute the oil, then we have a fractionated coconut carrier oil that you should put on first before you put the neat oils on, because that oil may be a hot oil, may cause a little bit of sensitivity on the skin, particularly if you've got sensitive skin. So topical use will go through your layer of your skin and will actually go into your bloodstream and find its way around the body. And what essential oils do when they're in the plant, so the essential oils come from the plant. There's nothing added, nothing taken away. We just distill this beautiful pure oil out of our plants. And what they do when they're in the plant is they're the immune system of the plant. So they keep the plant healthy and free of disease and alive, basically breathing. When we put them into our body recognizes them as that immune system of the plant. It recognizes them and it takes them into the body and helps turn the body, or within the cells of the body, if there's issues going on, helps to detect them and normalize the cells back to balancing them into their normal state. So it all works very different to like traditional prescription medicine, where if you go to your doctors and they give you some medicine, it's going to work on the symptom, and it takes away the symptom, but it often doesn't take away the cause. So you're still ill, you just don't feel ill. Whereas essential oils do exactly as I've just described. They balance your body to its natural state. They get right to the cellular level of your body and take out the issues that are making you feel ill, So it's actually a double effect on the body, that it balances the body back to its natural state. So it's a much more healthier approach. And that's when you put the things on, when you put the oils on topically, that's exactly what happens. It goes into the blood, finds its way around to the body, and finds its way through to the cellular level of your body. Internally, I love using these oils internally, but it comes with a bit of caution. And the caution is this: please, please don't go off the phone today, off the Skype, and say, oh, I didn't realise you could take oils internally. Lisa said you can take oils internally. I've got some in the cupboard. Let me go and get them, and start putting oils into water and taking them internally, unless they're doTERRA. Because as I've already told you, I just don't know what's in somebody else's bottle, but I can guarantee that you can take the oils from doTERRA internally. There's a few that you shouldn't. Again, we show you on a chart that you have as a customer, so you know which ones you can take internally. It's a really pleasurable way, you know, things like lemon oil, for example. It's beautiful to have a glass of water with a drop of lemon in. Tastes absolutely gorgeous. And then there's other oils that maybe don't taste quite so wonderful, but they do you so much good taking them in that way. So I'll talk to you more about that. You can put them under your tongue, you can put them in the water, or we do these little vegetable caps. So if it's an oil that you're using that you don't like the taste of too much, you can actually put a drop into the cap and just take it like a capsule. You don't get the taste of it, but the actual oil gets into your body and finds its way around the system, making it healthy naturally. Okay, these oils are, as I say, 100% natural. You can't overdose on them. If you take too much, it's just going to find its way out of the body. So a combination of up to about 30 drops a day of different oils, you're going to be fine. Anything over that, it's not going to overdose, but it's probably not going to do you any more good, so you've just wasted it. So don't really take more than that or use more than that in any 24 hours. So this is the chart I'm telling you about, and it's bigger than this, but this is just a snapshot of the chart, so you can see which ones you can use aromatically, topically, internally neat, and which ones you need to be careful with for sensitive skin. So they're safe, gentle, they're without side effects. You should do a skin test before you use them for the first time, and you should not go out or expose your skin to the sun when using a citrus oil, just because they have got a ingredient in, or a natural ingredient called bergamotine, which can change the colour, the pigmentation when coming into contact with the sun. So you don't want that to happen. So cover up, or just don't use a citrus if you're going out sunbathing. So let's talk then a little bit about the immune system. So the immune system is a very complex network of specialized cells that exist in your body. And there's a chart there. You can see where the areas of your immune system can be found in your body. And these are organs that recognize and defend the body from foreign substances. So these it's really important, these particular immune areas are kept really, really strong to help us fight infection and viruses. So you are as old or as young as your immune system. So if somebody asks you how old you are, what's your answer? Some people can be 50 with a 30-year-old immune system, and some people can be 30 with a 50-year-old immune system. And it's our immune system that is going to determine that lifespan, because that's the thing when we need it most that is either going to work well for us or going to let us down. So it's so important that we keep it healthy and strong, and there's never been a more important time right now to keep it healthy and strong. So I want to talk to you about some of the things, some of these things I'm sure you've heard about, that we should be doing like religiously right now. Okay. So we should be staying active. Being active is very good for keeping our immune system on top form. So if you can't do any strenuous exercise for whatever reason, that doesn't matter. If it's only walking, staying active is very, very important to do your exercise every day. Watching your diet, watching the things we eat. On the left-hand side, there's a chart of the things that will drag your immune system down. Sugar is the devil when it comes to your immune system. So anything like where it says soda there, it's because of the sugar in soda mainly. Fried foods are not good. Carbohydrates, particularly refined ones and processed carbohydrates. Red meat and processed meat, try and keep it to the absolute minimum that you can. Margarine and genetically modified crops. All of these things will not help us. Stress, staying on top of stress now. Right now, every time you turn on the television or you turn on social media, you are faced with fake news and just stuff that is miserable, that is going to turn into stress. So do be careful to sort of, you know, it's a bit difficult to avoid, but all I'm saying, all I'm advising you is to just sort of try and, you know, whether it's read positive things, watch positive things on television, just things to keep your spirit up. This is very important because fear and stress will drag your immune system down. Drinking lots of water is really important. Vitally important is getting enough sleep. Sleep is when your immune system rests, rejuvenates, and wakes up ready to fight another day. You know what it feels like if you're tired and you have, you know, something taxing to do the next day and you're just doing it on a few hours sleep. It's much more difficult than if you've had a good restful night's sleep. Your immune system is exactly the same. It will struggle without sleep. So I'm going to give you some techniques to help you with that, or some oils and some products that help you have a really, it's not just actually, it's not just about having a long amount of sleep. It's about having quality sleep as well. Do you ever have a long amount of sleep and you wake up in the morning and you feel like you actually haven't rested? And that's because, you know, you've sort of tossed and turned all night. It's not quality sleep. We need to get you quality sleep. And then the final one is supplements. We really need to be supplementing our body with, we cannot get enough supplements in normal times from our food. And in these times, we cannot get enough certainly into our cells, because it's all of this is all about going to be about cellular health. So it's having a strong immune system and then making our cells strong. And just from food, even if you think, oh, I eat really healthily, I'm getting loads of nutrition, you can't get enough of it into your cells because the food doesn't pass through to the cellular level. So we need to add supplements in that will get through to the cells. So I'll talk to you about what those need to be. Be careful about fake news because there isn't so much of it around. So I always say, you know your source. Dr. Mark Porter was on the TV the other day and he sort of got my attention when he was talking about all this fake news, and he said, choose the people you listen to. And it's quite obvious really, but we don't, do we? Often we see these chain things going around Facebook and we think, you know, just because they know the sister of a nurse that works somewhere that it's really true. We need to make sure that we are verifying and know what we're listening to. So this is just an example. This is an article on PubMed. If you search anti-inflammation, or I think searched immune system and essential oils on this particular one, and this came up. So it's verified in, you know, a medical publication online, PubMed, and this shows you and talks about the oils of essential oil from Morocco that are particularly good for supporting the immune system. So you can see their thyme. I'm going to talk a little bit about thyme. You can see the citrus oils. It's talking about eucalyptus, different oils that they're talking about there. So it's great to have that edification of essential oils going through on PubMed. There's lots of good information out there. Next thing I want to talk to you about is inflammation. Inflammation in the body is really quite serious for the immune system. So many of sort of serious diseases that you will potentially could get sort of later on in life can be born of inflammation earlier on in your life, but we don't know we've got it. And so we need to look for the warning signs that we have inflammation in our body. And again, it's really important right now to get inflammation out, because then our immune system can, one, work more effectively, and two, we're getting rid of inflammation. So we're getting rid of risk on serious disease later on down the line. So these are some of the symptoms that could lead you to believe that you have a bit of inflammation going on, and then that could lead to chronic inflammation, which can lead to chronic health issues. So bloating, burning skin, belching, diarrhea, constipation, joint pain, fatigue, memory problems, loss of appetite, fevers, chills, headaches, puffiness, etc., etc. And you'll see on the right hand side there is some remedy suggestions for that, and it includes supplementation, which we're going to cover this evening, and of course it includes foods. It includes some advice for things like, you know, it's believed there could be a connection between microwave and inflammation, so best not to microwave as much if you you know, if you can avoid it. No refined sugars, keeping your body in a oxidized, so using antioxidants for your body, etc., etc. So there's some advice there on inflammation for you. So I explained about the cell. The cells in our bodies, we've just got billions and billions of cells, and you may, as I say, you may be eating amazingly and nutritiously, but it can't get into the cells. What essential oils actually are soluble with the lipids of the cells. So that's the area around the cell that makes it a cell, that keeps it all together as the cell wall. And the essential oils actually can penetrate into that cell wall. If you've ever been to the doctors with a virus and said, I really need something for this because I'm feeling so ill, you've probably been told, I can't give you anything. There's nothing that will help with a virus. You just need to go home, sweat it out, and let nature take its course. And that's because normal prescription antibiotics cannot get into the cell because they're water-based, and they don't have this ability to get through that lipid wall. And essential oils are oil-based, so it does have that ability. So that's the difference. So when we're talking about supplementing and we're using essential oils to do that, it gets into the cells and keeps the cell healthy and attacks what's going on in the cell, because all viruses live inside the cell. Okay, so we've got to get into the root of the problem. It takes, once you use an essential oil in one of the three ways that I explained earlier, it takes 22 seconds before the molecules of that essential oil will reach your brain. It will take 2 minutes before it's found in the bloodstream if you were to have a blood test, and it takes 20 minutes for it to arrive in the cells. Billions of cells of your body. You know, it's really fascinating science. Here there's a picture of a peppermint leaf under a microscope, and in those little white pockets, that's where the essential oil lives in the plant. and we take it out of that plant, and in its 100% pure state, bottle it, and it's then filled with all that miraculous essential oil goodness that has kept the plant alive, that is going to do so much good when it finds its way into your body. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some oils now that are, in my mind, an absolute must when we're talking about keeping our immune system and our immune function strong. So the top of the list has to be On Guard. This is, as the name suggests, it guards our body. It's so powerful. It's the protective blend. What doTERRA have done that's very clever is, with our scientists and with our chemists, they've looked at the chemical composition of all the essential oils, and they've said, well, if that's amazing on its own, what could we do to it to mix it with another oil, still 100% pure, to get the exact right formula for a certain thing. So in this case, the certain thing being to protect the body, to support the immune function, to keep the body healthy, to support and protect against environmental threats. So On Guard right now is my absolute best friend. I am on guard in everything that moves. Actually, I'm on guard in it even if it doesn't move. So I put On Guard on my feet in the morning. I drink On Guard in a shot of water. I put it into my hand cream after I have washed my hands. I've got it in my diffuser going. It's going on to my 3-year-old granddaughter's feet every night as well, and the whole family, of course. But I nag my daughter to make sure it's definitely gone on Charlotte's feet. And it helps. It's got a lovely uplifting aroma as well. So where I was saying about stress, it will help with that, help you keep uplifted as well in your diffuser at the same time as purifying the air. Now, because this is such an amazing oil and is recognised so around the world for its effectiveness, in America it's used in 250 hospitals. Sadly, in the UK right now, I know it, I do actually know nurses and doctors that take it into hospital, but we can't actually supply the hospitals because of regulation, because we're not a licensed medicine, etc., just sort of rules and regs. But it's so highly recognised by also the medical profession that people are still taking it in. And as I say, in America, it's actually used at nurses' stations in the diffusers in 250 hospitals. And I know that doTERRA has supplied some hospitals free of charge, or a lot of hospitals free of charge in the UK. It's just that they can't actually, the hospitals can't buy off of us, but that doesn't matter. We just want to get it in, helping the situation. So this is brilliant. So, but because it is so highly prized, in 2 weeks, doTERRA sold a year's supply of On Guard products. So with the exception of the On Guard oil, which is in stock, we're currently out of stock of all the other products, because we also do hand sanitizer, we do hand wash, we do concentrated cleaner to clean your house, throat drops to suck. At the moment, we're waiting for more to come in. We're told they're coming in at the end of this month. But I'm not panicking because we've got the oil. And as long as we have the oil, and I'm told we're okay because they've limited it now to 1 bottle per customer per month, so that, we obviously don't have bulk buying going on, we'll be okay. And we're okay because we can make our own stuff. So all those things that I just mentioned, we can make our own foaming hand wash. We can buy soap, online, either foaming or just normal soap, and put the On Guard into it. We can make our own sprays up to clean our work surfaces with water and maybe, a little bit of vinegar oil to clean the work surfaces down. We can make our own hand sprays by using alcohol. If you can get hold of the alcohol that's over 65%, amazing. Even that's difficult. I've even got to the point that I'm having to give up my vodka to make my hand spray. It's not 65%, but it's better than nothing. I've not given up the gin yet though. You can make up your hand sanitizer, and you can also make sanitizer gel. So that's the On Guard. Everyone needs it. So it's got wild orange, eucalyptus, cinnamon, clove, and rosemary. Just be on guarding up at every opportunity. Next one is frankincense. Frankincense is the king of all oils. It is the most powerful anti-inflammatory oil. So remember I said we've got to get rid of the inflammation if we're going to have a healthy immune system. So frankincense, what I do is a drop on my finger, roof of my mouth every night. And I know that is keeping my body in a safe environment, and it's keeping me free of this of inflammation build-up. So keeping in turn my immune system at a good level, getting into my cells and helping them operate at an optimum level. Frankincense is also amazing for anti-aging, fighting wrinkles, beautifying the skin, and the appearance of any sort of imperfections and blemishes on the skin. Helps regulate the menstrual cycle. It's very, very spiritual. It's really good in like sick rooms, or if you are, if you're really stressed out, it's really good at bringing the atmosphere down to a really calm level and just allowing you to chill out. It's just an amazing oil. It probably is the oil, and this would be hard if I got, if I was stranded on a desert island, what would be the oil that I just couldn't be without? It's probably going to be frankincense. It's going to be a hard choice, but it's probably going to be this one, because I just know how much it's going to protect my body. Lemon oil, again, this should be used every day at the moment for its cleansing and detoxifying, because in order for our cells to stay healthy, they need to be cleansed. So we need to get the oil into our cells through that process that I explained, and it will clean them from the inside out, which will then allow the rejuvenation process, the detoxifying system to work, again helping the immune system to function much more easily. Now, the thing with lemon oil, this often happens when I talk about lemon. People say to me, oh yeah, I drink lemon juice every day, and then I have to burst their bubble and say, oh, I'm really sorry, but lemon juice is not good for you. And they're like, oh, I thought you just said lemon. Okay, lemon essential oil, or lemon juice, let's start with lemon juice. Lemon juice is acidic, and you've probably heard people say before that acid is not good in the stomach. A lot of problems come from the gut. So if you've got acid in the gut, that is not creating a good environment. So do not drink the juice of the lemon. The essential oil actually comes from the rind of the lemon, which is alkali based. And if someone's ever ill, they're put on an alkali based diet, because that is going to give them the most opportunity to recover through the cleansing of the gut, which in turn is going to help every organ in the body. In our 15 ml bottle of lemon oil is 45 lemons. That's amazing. Even helps you get the sticky stickers off the bottom of your shoes. It's a sticky remover. Do you get annoyed when you buy shoes and you just can't get the stickers off? That's by the by. Okay, lavender oil. Okay, so lavender is the most calming and relaxing of all the oils. It helps restful sleep. So this is the one that's going to give you really good quality sleep. So you should use this in your diffuser in the evenings to just bring the chill out, calm atmosphere to the room and to your body. So your body starts to shut down and start getting ready for a good night's sleep. Very, very calming, very good to, you know, soothe you. Obviously don't use in the daytime because it will make you feel sleepy. It really, you know, you can actually feel the effect within a few minutes of putting it on. So wait until in the diffuser in the evening, you can have it. It won't be quite as knockout straight away. That will have a gentle build up in the diffuser. And then when you're actually ready to go to bed, then at that point, I will actually put it onto my body. Okay. And then the other oil I want to talk to you about is Balance. So this oil will probably be a lot of people's best friend right now, because as I said, anxiousness is going to really play havoc with our bodies, and Balance is really great for anxiety. So you can use this directly onto your body. It also smells lovely, so you can use it in place of a perfume. So you don't have the sort of horrible toxic effects that you get from perfume. That's not good for your body at all. You don't want that going on either. So use Balance instead. So it's going to smell lovely, but at the same time, it's going to help that anxiety. It's going to be very grounding, and it's going to be great to use during the day. So it's not going to make you sleep. So it's going to have some of the properties of lavender, some of those calming, restoring properties, but it's not going to give you the sleepiness that lavender does. So you can still use it around in the daytime and on your perfumes to just keep you in a calm place. And if you do have sort of like panic attacks or moments of anxiety where you're like just can't cope with the situation, you can just put a drop in your hands, rub it together. And again, use your hands as a natural diffuser. Take yourself away somewhere quiet, put on some nice relaxing music, and just be kind to yourself. Just give yourself some space, and Balance will be your best friend. Nutrition. So I've talked to you about nutrition. I need to introduce this to you because this is the foundation of all health. Some of you that know me on the call know a little bit about my health journey as well. In 2014, I was diagnosed with MS. 2 years before I found doTERRA, 2 years before I found Lifelong Vitality. And I had 2 years of hell, 2 years of morphine-based painkillers, 2 years of near enough continual relapses and having to hide it from the world because I was in a pretty high sort of stressful, high requiring job. So I was sort of like, yeah, it was tough. And when doTERRA came along, I was introduced to this product and it just changed my life. I went from having no energy, from feeling sort of pretty helpless with what the future looked like for me, to being able to completely take charge of my health and my body, come off of those morphine-based drugs, and for 3 years, 3.5 now years, I have not had a relapse. And I honestly don't think I've got MS. Of course I have, but I don't feel like I have anymore. And this is the foundation to it. It was like someone turned a light on, you know, it was dark and then suddenly the light went on. It took me about 15 days of taking it before I felt the difference. And then gradually, you know, I saw the difference, and then sort of one day it started to feel a bit better. And then one day I just felt like I was back to the old Lisa. And here I am. And so this is actually got 22 different vitamins in it. It has not only all your vitamins, it has your minerals, it has your iron, it has your calcium. And as I said, the important thing is it can get into the cells because it also has all the essential oils to form to penetrate into the cells. So it delivers really important essential oils, fatty acids, it keeps your bones healthy, it gives your joints all that calcium, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, that as we get older, and nobody can stop the clock, as we get older, our bodies stop producing enough of this stuff. And that's when issues and problems set in. So with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you get 3 different products. One is your vitamins and minerals. One is your omegas that come from fish. If there's any vegans on the call, don't worry, we do a vegan alternative with ingredients that have omega based properties, that without having to get it out from the fish. And then we have the Alpha CRS, which is our whole collection of essential oils that have been put together for cellular health. So that gets in right into your cells and makes your cells really, really amazingly healthy. So it's great for your metabolism, your bone health, your immune function, your stress, your hair. You can see it in your hair and your nails. You feel vibrant, and it's the price of a cup of coffee a day. You know, I think just when you actually break it down per day for getting your life back, it's absolutely amazing. It's a foundation. You get, I love this shopping list. This was done by one of our American colleagues, so it's in dollars, but this shows you the nutrients you get in LLV and how much food you would have to eat to get the same level of nutrients. The one that makes me smile the most is vitamin D3. You would have to eat 1,000 eggs to get the same amount of vitamin D3 as you get from a month's supply of Lifelong Vitality. How crazy is that? That'd be a little bit of a challenge, don't you think? Let alone the calorie intake, and the grocery bill, of course. That list was all added up, and the grocery bill would have come to about $900. So LLV is less than 1/10 of the price of the food. Plus, obviously, it's manageable. You can take it, and you haven't got like the calorie with it as well, but you've actually got the amazing effect, and it's going into the cells, which is the important thing. The other product I want to talk to you about is DDR Prime. This is another nutrient, what we call from our nutrition range. It's made up of essential oils, and I would, because I am just a little bit paranoid and making sure that my body is completely defended, you know, and my immune system is as strong as an ox and as strong as it can possibly be. At this time, I am layering DDR Prime on top. So morning and night. So if I just go back to the slide before, actually, with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you take 2 in the morning and 2 at night or 2 in the afternoon. Don't go too close to night because it does give you quite a lot of energy. But with your, try and have your meal in the afternoon, or an afternoon snack that you take your second lot of the day on. So 2 from each in the morning, 2 from each mid-afternoon. Okay, and then at the moment, while we're being particularly sensitive to our immune system, I'm suggesting that we also add in DDR Prime. And the reason for this is it's got a whole recipe of essential oils in that, if you were to go out and buy them all individually, would cost an awful lot of money, but they've all been put together just in these really great soft gels. So you've got frankincense that's going to promote that healthy response to free radicals, wild orange that's going to support you with your cellular response levels. Litsi, you can't even buy that individually, but the company buys it and gets it just for this. It is to help the cognitive function, so your brain function, and keep that all healthy. Thyme oil, amazing. Loads of research. Just go Google sort of thyme and the immune system, and you'll get so much research that comes up on that. It's amazing for both cellular health and really, really giving you a strong, strong defensive immune system. Clove is an amazing antioxidant. So, you know, all these things are helping the body just be as on top form as possible. Some are savoury. Naoli, again, you can't buy that individually, but it's in this oil, which is amazing. And lemongrass protects against environmental threats. So we'll just have that protection for your body going. So I would also take one of these in the morning and one of them at night. Okay, I've done, because sometimes, you know, when you go through all the different things, by this point you can be like, oh, but what have I actually really got to do then? I've got, you know, I've got to put something on my foot and something under my tongue and then something. So I put it all together in a little screenshot for you. So here you go, morning, afternoon and evening. This is my recommendation. This is what I'm doing, right, to cope with right now, this minute. So in the morning, when I wake up, first of all, I do this anyway, regardless, because I'm not a morning person. I could work into the middle of the night, but I don't do mornings too great. So I need a little bit of help. So the first thing I do in the morning is I reach, sometimes, I'll let you into a secret, sometimes before I even get out of bed, I reach, it's on the side of my bedroom cabinet, for my peppermint and my wild orange. The other thing that peppermint is on my bedside table for is if I get indigestion in the night, if I've had a spicy meal or maybe a glass of wine that I shouldn't have had, I will just wake up in the night and I'll feel a little bit indigestion-y. I'll put a drop of peppermint on my finger and just lick it off. Within a minute, I'm back to sleep again and life is okay again. So that's the other reason for my peppermint being there. But anyway, back to my protocol. So I'm taking my peppermint and I'm putting a drop of peppermint in one hand and I'm putting a drop of wild orange in the other. I'm rubbing them together. I am cupping my hands around my nose and I'm inhaling really deeply 2 or 3 times. I'm bringing myself back to the land of the living. And then I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to massage the back of my neck with what's left on my hands. And then I'm going to start feeling like I might get out of bed. Okay. Then when I get out of bed, I've had my shower. I get my On Guard and I put a drop of On Guard on the bottom of each of my feet. Feet's a really good place to put the oils because the pores on our feet are big. So they take in the oils and absorb the oils nicely and find their way around the body quite quickly. So I'm guarding my body with the On Guard. I then have a drop of lemon water in a glass of water, and that's going to give me a lot of energy, in opposed to having what I would have done in the olden days is maybe had a cup of coffee would have been the next thing to get me, you know, fired up. But I find that lemon water is as good. I then, and this is an extra thing I've sort of put in, is I then have a shot of On Guard. When I say a shot, I mean a little bit of water the size of, if you would like having a tequila shot or something, you know, just a little bit of water and 1 drop of On Guard and then quickly drink it. The reason I do that is I don't particularly enjoy the taste of it, but I do have customers that say, oh, I really love the taste of On Guard. If you love the taste, fine, do a whole glass, but I just find it easier just to get it over with a shot. So now I've On Guarded my feet and that's finding its way around my body, and I've just given that extra shot of On Guard. I'm then having with breakfast, don't take it without breakfast because it actually does turn you do go into a detox with Lifelong Vitality, and so you need your breakfast to help absorb it, and else you can feel a little bit lightheaded when you've taken it. So we're taking 2 Lifelong Vitality from each of those 3 pots, and then I'm going to take 1 of the DDR Prime. And during the morning and the afternoon, I'm most likely going to be diffusing Balance, but I might also diffuse Wild Orange and Peppermint, just what takes my fancy really, anything as long as it's not lavender, because we don't want to go to sleep till the night. In the afternoon, or at least with an afternoon snack, I will be taking my 2 Lifelong Vitality. That's going to be my second lot of the day. And I'll also normally have another glass of lemon sometime during the day with my diffuser going on. In the evening, I'm going to be diffusing lavender. And then before I go to bed, I'm going to be doing the drop of frankincense on the roof of my mouth. And then once I go to bed, I am going to drop 2 drops, because I particularly want this really sound sleep, this really good quality sleep. I'm going to use 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of frankincense around the chest area. Now, if you have somebody that wants sort of like to do a back massage with it, that's fine. But I also would suggest you do put some here on your chest area. The reason being, that will then affect 2 different absorption methods, because it will go into the bloodstream through the topical method, but also you'll inhale it through the inhalation method as you're sleeping. So you're getting the best of both worlds, the best of both methods there. And the reason I've added frankincense into it is when you add frankincense to an oil, it powers up an oil by 10 times. So I just really want this really amazing restful sleep. I then have another drop of On Guard on my foot, another drop in a shot of water, so I'm On Guarding like crazy. Can you ignore that last one? We're not going to do Lifelong Vitality again, sorry, I just noticed that, but we've done it in the afternoon. We're not doing it at night, okay? But we are going to do another DDR Prime. Okay, so that's the daily protocol. So I hope that has given you some, food for thought and helped you in thinking about some of the health threats and some of your routines that you're going through right now, and how essential oils can really help and support you. If you are new on the call tonight and you don't know doTERRA and you haven't used doTERRA, I just want to tell you just a little bit about how you can get these products, these wonderful products, into your hands. You can, of course, buy them at retail price, like everybody is used to buying products, but we're not, we don't really recommend that way, because that's the most expensive way to buy the products. We have a wholesale program where you can become a wholesale customer, and it's the easiest way to explain it is it's like Costco. You go to Costco, you buy a Costco card for the year, and then you get discount every time you shop. You can buy at the Costco prices. Same with doTERRA. You can get a wholesale account. It's just £24. I don't know what Costco's is now. Last time I looked, I think it was 25. So it's very similar sort of system. So it's £24 to get your membership. And then everything you buy for a year is then 25% off. And so you will just be a customer and you can just buy at that discount. There's a third way to buy as well. Once you've got your wholesale account, you can actually join our loyalty program, which means that you will have the advantage of every time you shop getting discount and products back, which is a bit like a Tesco's Club Card, but very much more generous than Tesco's. You can get up to 30% of your purchases back in free products. So so it starts with getting your wholesale account, and then you can decide if you want to become part of the loyalty program down the line. So that is the best way to start using the oils. What we really like to empower our customers to do, and empower really is the right word there, is to start swapping out your medicine cupboard for natural, beautiful, pure essential oils. And we start with these 10 oils. I've already talked about 4 of them tonight. There's another 6, and at another time we can go through those with you and tell you some of the other benefits. There's things in here for pain in the body, for circulation, for respiratory problems, for digestive problems, for things like sort of hot flushes, calming, immune support, skin tags, facial. There's just so many things all in here. And when I say that we like to empower you, we want to help our customers get to the point of when there's something going on that is causing your body an issue, or that of someone you love, you don't think anymore, oh, the first thing you think, probably in the past, I need to go to the pharmacy, I need to go and get a prescription. Now you start thinking, I've actually got something in my cupboard that's natural. And that's not to say that there isn't a place for the doctor in your life, but if we can, when it comes to, you know, everyday ailments, if we can help ourselves, then we're going to be in the long run much more healthy. We're not going to get drug dependent or drug resistant. So that is our aim, to empower you and your family to do that. We do that through this kit. You can, as I say, just get the membership. You can buy it retail, or you can get the membership and just buy whatever you like at 25% discount. Plus, we do have these sets that when you purchase one of these sets, you don't have to pay the £24. You get a set of oils, you get the membership, and you get your ability to buy at 25%. This set is a really great one to start with. It has all the 10 oils in at 5ml size. So it works out at like £12 a bottle on average. And the great thing about this, it has frankincense in. Now, frankincense is an expensive oil. It comes from Somalia. It comes from the tree gum. It's not very generous with the oil, and it costs a lot of money. In a 15ml bottle, it's like £57. So you're actually getting that in this set, and 9 other oils as well, and 2 little beadlets that you can just pop in your mouth with oil in, and it's just £122, including the membership. And it's got the 4 oils in that we talked about tonight: On Guard, lavender, lemon, and frankincense. The best seller of all is our Home Essentials kit, and that is because it has 3 times the amount of oil. They're 15ml bottles. It has also the diffuser in it that we've talked about needing this evening, and it's not even double the price of the small one that's at 5ml. So you're getting 3 times the oil, plus the diffuser, plus the membership. So that's a really, really good place to start with as well, if you're interested in getting this whole set of oils into your home quickly. The other things that I talked about tonight in that protocol, I've called the immune support pack. Obviously, if you've got one of these kits or you have got the membership, then you can then buy those things at wholesale price. So the wild orange that I extra, because obviously the peppermint's already in the kit, so you don't have to get that. The wild orange, the lifelong vitality, that's the supplements, the nutrition, the DDR prime, and the balance oil. That comes to £150, so you can add that pack on and get that at the discounted price of £150 as well. So that just gives you a sort of an idea of where you can start. You can start from as low as 24 and add it a bit at a time. Or actually, I worked it out because I was thinking of putting the price of all the things individually that I've talked about and the membership, but that came out to more than having a kit and the immune support pack. That was like over £300. So it really is better just getting a kit and then adding the immune support pack to it. You're going to, you know, save, because you save £140 on the Home Essentials kit. So make over your medicine cabinet. The joy of sharing oils. I am at the moment, I just want to mention this because right now there is a lot of worry out there about, you know, what's going to happen to our jobs, what are we going to do in terms of income, how long are we going to be shut away for, etc. In doTERRA, we have an amazing program where you can share oils from home. And so at the moment I'm doing a program. In fact, I can see one of my ladies on, or probably a couple of my ladies on, that are on my course this week. So I'm doing a course starting on Monday, another one Monday. It started last week. I'm doing them rolling on a Monday. For anybody who is interested, if you've loved what you've heard tonight, if it's got your attention and you'd like to learn more, you can become a member, but then also you can learn how to share the oils with others and actually create an income from doTERRA as well, and share the oils at home, and we'll show you how you can do that. So this is the time when you're stuck at home to both learn it and start sharing it and start getting an income from it. So let the person know who invited you on the call, and we can talk to you about that as well. So I just want to leave you, I love this quote, leave you with these thoughts. Happiness is the new rich. Inner peace is the new success. Health is the new wealth. And kindness is the new cool. doTERRA, that sums doTERRA up, I believe, so well, because we are a company that promotes people being able to find themselves, being able to find a different way, to be able to make friendships and to be able to start to look at life in a little bit of a different way. Health definitely is the new wealth. And it's been great to just spend this time this evening. I hope it's been helpful, and please go back to the person who introduced you if you have any questions at all. I don't know whether